the most common symptoms I hear from patients are, number one, even if they get 8 hours of sleep, they're still tired, especially in the afternoon. They'll either want to have some coffee or they want to have, a snack or both. So go to Starbucks and get a 600 calorie coffee with cream and sugar and whatnot, or they'll fight their way through it. But by the time they get home, they're exhausted. They're done, right? Mentally, they'll feel kind of foggy and not sharp in the afternoon. Like I say, they often will crave carbs. They'll be more prone to infections, to catching whatever their kids have, that type of thing. Their immune system is down. Um, More prone, as I say, to allergies. One of the things that cortisol does, which again is the stress hormone, is it does give you energy, but it also is the natural form of the steroids that doctors will give you if you're having an allergic reaction. So when they're giving you that steroid, they're trying to suppress the immune system, right? And they give you a big dose of whatever it is. But your own body makes cortisol every day when it's healthy, and that cortisol is enough not to suppress your immune system, but to kind of keep a lid on it so it doesn't overreact to everything. And so when people's cortisol levels are low due to the chronic stress, they lose that lid, and now your body's reacting to everything. So hay fever is worse. They get sinus infections. Everything is, they're just more likely to react to everything. So when I am concerned that somebody's adrenals may be overtaxed, we test them. I think that the best way to check the adrenals is with salivary testing, using saliva, for a number of reasons. One is when the adrenals are healthy, the cortisol levels peak within a half an hour of you waking up, and then they should slowly decline during the course of the day. So they're nice and low at bedtime, so you can fall asleep and get a good night's sleep. The beauty of saliva is studies have shown it's just more reliable than blood, actually, but it's actually much more convenient because people can just collect their own saliva at home uh, when they first wake up, and then a couple of times during the day, and also at bedtime when we want to make sure their level is nice and low so they can get a good night's sleep. If we do find that somebody's levels are low, then uh, my general goal is to help them restore good health to their adrenal glands. And so definitely there's lifestyle counseling in terms of things that they need to modify so they're not constantly beating up on their adrenal glands. But in addition to that, we give supplements to support the adrenals so they don't have to work so hard. The analogy I use is kind of like giving them a vacation for a while. We take the load off them so they do get some downtime so they can recover, and they will. Generally, they will, unless, except in very rare cases. Takes a couple of months, but adrenal glands will recover due to the supplements. While they're on the supplements, they feel better, they have more energy, better focus. Life is just much, much better. And then after what we feel is an adequate amount of time of vacation for the adrenals, we basically tell them, okay, time to go back to work. We're going to start taking away the supplements, and we're going to ask your adrenals to do what they know how to do on their own.